Hello everyone, welcome to Roshi's Kitchen Tales. Today we are going to be making a mouth-watering delight from Rajasthani cuisine. Now since I'm married to a Marwari, I'm going to go generous with the quantity of ghee that I'm using. You can't go wrong there. Here in a large vessel, I've taken 4 cups of water and set it to boil. Now let's start preparing gattas here. In 2 cups of besan, I've added 2 pinches of hing or asafoetida, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, 1/4 cup of chopped coriander leaves, 1/4 teaspoon of roasted jeera powder or cumin powder, 1/4 teaspoon of dry mango powder, which is amchur, and 1.5 tablespoon of curd. Lastly, I season it with salt. Now wash your hands properly and start mixing it really well. We just want to ensure that we do not add extra water in here, and hence we are mixing it properly. Now once the spices and curd have well incorporated with besan, start adding water and knead it. Remember, addition of water will totally depend on the type of gram flour that you're using. So initially start adding 2 tablespoons of water at a time and then start kneading it. We have to ensure that we knead it into a semi-soft dough. Now here I'm using fine gram flour, and so I had to add just about 3 tablespoons of water and my dough was ready. Now also to bring it to your notice, I haven't added any soda or oil in the mixture. Also note that if the curd you've used is watery or has more whey in it, then you'll require less water. Now lastly, just add about a couple of drops of oil into the dough and test the dough by rolling it into a cylindrical shape. You should be able to do it without applying much force or strength. You must have noticed how I was able to do it very easily. Now I'm just removing the excess dough from my finger by using a spoon like this. Why waste any? Now here I haven't gone through the hassle of dividing the dough into each portion. Rather, I've just formed a cylindrical shape and cut them just so that they fit into the vessel. Add about 1/8 teaspoon of oil into the boiling water and then you go ahead to add the gattas in. Now cover the lid and cook it on medium flame for 10 to 15 minutes. It is advisable to check on the gattas after 10 minutes. You'll notice how it has already started floating. There are 4 ways to check if the gattas are cooked properly. First is it'll start floating. Initially when you added the gattas, it just sank in. But now it has already started floating. Second one, you'll notice prominent bubbles on the top of gattas. Third is the color of the gattas will become pale, and the fourth and the most important one is you'll just insert a knife here and see it comes out clean, which means it is done, it's ready. Now take them out in a plate and don't discard this water. We will use it if required in the gravy. Please notice how even without adding any soda, this gatta breaks here. It's so soft. Now let's get going with the gravy here. In a pan I've taken 2.5 tablespoons of ghee. Yes, you heard that right. Please don't panic. You may choose to reduce the quantity. Then we'll add 1/8 teaspoon of hing, 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds and allow it to splutter. Then 1/2 teaspoon of cumin seeds. And finally 1 large onion paste. I haven't added anything in here in the onion while grinding it, just chopped it and grinded it into a paste. We'll add 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder here and cook it on a low flame till the onion turns completely brown. Please ensure scraping at regular intervals. In a separate pan, I've taken 1 tablespoon of ghee, heated it and then added 1/4 teaspoon of cumin seeds. Once it turns brown, we'll add in the chopped gattas in there. Mix it and cook it for 5 minutes on a low flame. Please remember your gattas are already cooked, so you need not overcook it. We are just giving it a light brown color and it will just enhance the flavor of your bhaji. Now it's always advisable to check for the seasoning. I tasted my gatta and I found out that the salt wasn't enough. So I've just added a little bit of salt out here and I'm cooking it. Now this step is completely optional. However, it will just enhance the flavor of your bhaji. See how quickly the gattas have turned golden brown? Off the flame and keep it aside. Now please notice how the onions have turned completely brown and it has started leaving oil. We'll add 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder, 3/4 teaspoon of coriander powder, and we'll mix it properly. Just ensure to cook the masala for 30 to 40 seconds. Overcooking will burn the masala. Then goes in 1 cup of curd. Please ensure you add the curd on an extremely low flame. You may also choose to off the flame, add the curd and mix it properly, and then you can switch on the flame again. Ensure constant stirring as well so as to avoid any curdling of the gravy. Now you'll notice how the oil has started coming up to the surface. This is the good time to add gattas. However, this gravy thickens as it sets and hence I'm going to add about half to 1 cup of water. I'll use the same water in which I had boiled the gattas. Stir it properly and let it come to a good boil. Meanwhile, please notice how crisp and golden brown these gattas look. Yet they're quite soft from inside. Now the gravy has come to a good boil. I've added salt. I've added approximately half a teaspoon of salt in there and allow it to boil again. Now once the gravy boils, I'll add the gattas in there. Adding coriander leaves is completely optional here. I have just added it for that extra aroma in the gravy. Mix, cover and cook for another 10 minutes. And after 10 minutes, you'll notice how the gravy has comparatively thickened and oil has surfaced on the top of the gravy. Just a gentle reminder out here, this gravy thickens as it sets. And here's the outcome. Garnish it with coriander leaves and serve it with roti, fulka or rice. If you enjoyed watching the video, please hit the like button and leave a comment, and also subscribe to my channel.